Hey everybody, welcome back to C.Dat.Guy Review Movies. My name is Christian, and before I get into this movie review, I hope that you're all staying safe, clean, and preferably indoors as we all partake in this global shutdown and social distancing, with events being postponed or canceled, places and businesses being closed down, and a lot of people panic buying toilet paper and water. We're all just trying to figure out ways to adjust to the situation at hand. But I hope that we're at the least isolating ourselves so that we slow down the spread of this virus and flattening that curve. With movie theaters shut down for an indefinite amount of time and release dates being changed, I'm going to resort to streaming and movies I've seen but haven't reviewed yet to keep this channel going. And I might take requests as well. Anyway, I hope this will help hold you over for the long haul in terms of entertainment. So, the first on this list is a movie that just dropped on Netflix called The Platform. The Platform premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival last September, and Netflix bought the distribution rights to it. I heard a lot of things about this movie, a lot of it positive, so I was really just waiting with anticipation for it to arrive on Netflix, and what an opportune time for it to drop because I like watching movies to get my mind off of reality, but this movie took a piece of our current reality and intensified it a bit. It was a wild ride, providing social commentary with every passing moment. Oh, just as a heads up before I go any further, this is a foreign language film. I noticed this when I was watching in English, and immediately the words they were saying weren't lining up with their lips. So, kind of like Parasite, I decided to watch this movie in its original language, which is Spanish, with English subtitles. But feel free to watch this movie however you're comfortable with. And because this is a foreign language film, unfortunately, I am completely unfamiliar with any of these actors, so I'll just identify them by their character name. Our lead protagonist is a man named Goreng who wakes up in a prison and tries to figure out how it works. He seems to be well educated, selfless, and compassionate towards others. He volunteers to enter the prison for 6 months in exchange for a diploma, and he meets a few characters along the way. There's an old man by the name of Trimagasi who is cold, blunt, unfriendly, and really likes the word obvious. He is in the prison for a year for manslaughter because he accidentally killed an illegal immigrant by throwing his TV out the window. Next, there is a woman named Imagiri, who is an official and works for the prison and calls them the administration. She is kind and reasonable, but ignorant, and she volunteers to enter the prison in order to fix the system in place. There is Baharat, who is a young, tough, hopeful man who is probably the most optimistic out of all the prisoners, and he seems to have such a good heart that they don't even explain why he's in prison. And a minor character we also get to meet is a woman named Miharu. She doesn't have any lines, but while she is contained, she's also shown to be very violent. And the whole cast did a great job of acting, and with each character introduction, it ties really well into the story. The story goes like this. Goreng wakes up in a tower prison, and Trimagasi, who's been there for 9 months, tells him how it works. Every day, the prisoners are fed by using a descending platform, and when the platform reaches their level, they have roughly between 90 seconds to 2 minutes to eat whatever's left over before it begins descending again. If any prisoner attempts to keep food for later, then the room will either be heated or cooled with the intent to kill the prisoner until they return the food to the platform. There are 2 prisoners per level, and every month, the prisoners get assigned to a new random level, with a lower number being the more ideal spot. Also, they're allowed to bring 1 item with them. When Goreng asks him how many levels there are, Trimagasi responds with there has to be more than 132 because that was his lowest level and he saw more levels below him. When we meet Imagiri, she says that she works at the prison, and because of that, she gives a little more information saying that there's 200 levels and that no one under 16 is allowed. When Goreng tells her that the prison system is guaranteed to kill people, she reasons that if everyone ate their fair share and rations to the next level below them, then there should be no problem. And she also believes that an act of spontaneous solidarity will fix the prison issue. And that's all the details I'm going to give you because I don't want to explain the whole movie. The movie doesn't hold back on showing both the positives and negatives of humanity. Through the dialogue, you can get a good sense of its social commentary about class, faith, greed, and survival. And you could also say that it criticizes communism, capitalism, maybe just the economy, or life in general. Each character, even to other unnamed prisoners, show how different kinds of people would react in a life or death situation. El hambre desata la locura. And it's like really asking us, would your morals change based on where you landed, or would they stay the same? And like I said, I watch movies in order to get my mind off of reality, but this one took reality, held it up to a mirror, and really shows the potential dangers of where it can reach if we're not too careful. As we got into the final act, I felt like there were a couple of plot points that were either forgotten, rushed, or not explained enough, because I think I got the general message of what it was trying to say, but it was a little sloppy and also a bit confusing. But I also thought it was done in this way so that it's open to interpretation. This movie takes a couple of crazy turns, and there are some scenes that clearly establish its R, or in this case TVMA rating. And though it is a grim story, I appreciate its good blend of characters, dialogue, and directing to give a thought-provoking narrative. So for that, I'll give this movie an 8 out of 10. There's plenty of clues and symbolism scattered throughout the film that I think would explain a few plot points better with a second watch. However, I don't think this movie is for everyone. So, if you don't want an extreme reminder of what's going on right now and how it could get worse, then maybe I would avoid this movie. However, if you like sci-fi thrillers that have a dystopian feel to them with some shocking imagery, then I say give it a shot. And with theaters closed indefinitely, I think this could be good entertainment. Alright guys, so there's my review of The Platform. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment section down below. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I really don't care. But if you want to see more movie reviews from this guy, go ahead and click the subscribe button right up here. Or you can watch one of my other reviews right now, right up here. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!